Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, back for a quick Outriders video, and today we're going to talk about character and inventory restoration. A lot of players, and I mean a lot, have stopped playing Outriders, and I get it. Server issues, multiplayer problems, inventory wipes, it's been rough. But I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't let you all know that things are in motion once again for the game. Today the team released a new set of posts, the first batch since the patch went live last week that fixed the dreaded character wipe issue. The real focus of the posts was to talk about the inventory restoration process, expanding on the details so that players have a better understanding of who and what will actually occur once all is said and done. So let's start with the what. The team has confirmed that items returned to players will have the same attributes as before, but will have god roll values. This means that the item itself will be at a minimum just as good as it was when you lost it, or significantly better. Items will also be restored at the highest possible level, taking into consideration a character's world tier and challenge tier. This means there is a chance your gear will return to you at a higher item level. Now the who of the equation is a bit more complicated. The developers are focused on three groups of people: the characters that lost gear and are no longer playable, the characters that lost gear and are playable, and the players that weren't impacted at all. The reason I bring up that last group of people is because the team wants to make sure the restoration process doesn't inadvertently impact those people when they restore everything. Now the people in Group A, the ones that lost everything and can't access their characters, here's what will be restored. All items regardless of rarity that were equipped during the wipe, all legendaries that were in your inventory, the 20 most recently acquired items with epics taking up priority over non-epics, and all fully completed accolades. For the Group B players, the ones that lost items but could still access characters, here's what will be restored. Up to 20 legendary items that were in your inventory, and all fully completed accolades. For clarity, this means that Group B players will not have their equipped items restored or any non-legendaries. It seems like these Group B players were the hardest to identify on the back end, which is why they seem to be getting the shaft when it comes to this restoration process. The final group, Group C, all of the rest of us that weren't impacted, well, obviously we won't see any changes. What's not included in the notes is anything about player stashes that were affected. This is obviously a big issue for a lot of players since that's often where they would store their legendaries. It remains to be seen if those will be restored to individual characters or if the stash just isn't part of the restoration process. Obviously that'll ruffle a lot of feathers if it doesn't happen, and at least as far as I can tell, there doesn't look to be any indication that the stash will be restored. As far as the date is concerned, well, the bad news is that nothing is locked in quite yet. The team has said they're working on an ASAP schedule, which means it's a top priority, but in terms of a specific day and time, well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. There are more details about the restoration process online, talking about the technical aspects behind the scenes. So if you're interested in those details, I'd recommend checking out the patch notes we've linked in the video's description. And honestly, I think this is an appropriate time to talk about how crippling these issues have been for the game's community. According to SteamDB, over half of the population has already stopped playing, and I'm sure that trend isn't exclusive to the PC. We talked last time about the Community Appreciation Pack, which the team was putting together as an act of goodwill for players that dealt with the technical drama. That is still planned and will still occur after the item restoration process. The team has expanded the requirements to include pretty much everyone that's played the game. Anyone that logged in between March 31st and April 16th will be eligible, and that just about loops in everyone in the community. The pack will include a level-appropriate legendary, a chunk of titanium, and a frustration emote, all granted to your highest level character. I also want to quickly mention that the team is working on a Stadia update that will help bring that platform more in line with the other major platforms. We have a few players in our community that play on Stadia and haven't had nearly as many problems as some others, but they do lag behind in terms of performance and updates. The team is also planning on addressing more bugs and performance issues as well as gameplay balance in a future update. So bottom line, the developers fixed the major issues and are moving ahead onto the next phase of the process. But it begs the question, is it all too little, too late? There's no doubt the game was and is popular. There are still tens of thousands of people that play every day, but these issues have clearly turned off a lot of players. As always, we'll be on top of the latest Outriders news, so if you're looking for more information about the game and want to stay up to date with everything going on Enoch, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free for you and it really does help us out a ton. You can also join us on Discord. We've got a great community of over 6,500 people with around 800 of them in there just for Outriders, so check out that link below and join today. Finally, if you like our content and are a fan of what we stand for here at Legacy Gaming, you can help us out even more by becoming a member. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you're helping evolve the channel and build a better community. Check out that join button below to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.